Hi, did you enjoy that music? I hope you joined in with it. So, here we are to think about Chris-tingles. I think that many of you have made these before and certainly been to our Chris-tingle services before. So what do we need to begin with? Well, we need something which is round. If I tell you the colour, it gives it away, because what we actually need is one of these. We need an orange. And I've got this amazing orange here. It's big, isn't it? It was made for me by my friend. I'm so lucky to have a friend that can do things like this for me. It was made by Maureen. In fact, Maureen is, many of you know her from Messy Church. She's always there, and she's your friend too. So this is Maureen's orange. And this orange represents the world, the whole of God's creation. It reminds us that God created a big and beautiful world for us to live in. I wonder, what's your favourite bit of creation? Maybe it's the seaside where you can go and dig. I like the seaside. I like to listen to the waves crashing and banging, particularly if it's a bit windy. Or maybe you like mountains or woodlands. We're lucky, we've got Carvely Woods on our doorstep. And in fact, at the moment, there's even still some autumn colour in the leaves in the woodlands. And my dog, Rodney, that some of you know, he loves to be in there. Woodlands are good places for adventures, aren't they? Or maybe it's somewhere completely different, somewhere that you go on holiday or where your granny lives or something. But we also have to think about God's creation in terms of animals, don't we? Have you got a favourite animal? I quite like elephants. There's just something about them that's very appealing. But I also like hares, which are similar to rabbits, but they're a bit taller and a bit thinner, and they've got big ears that flop about. You don't see them that often, but when you're driving on country roads, you sometimes come across them darting over the road. Maybe it's your pet. My dog is called Rodney, who's laid just across there at the moment, or a fish, or a cat, or a hamster, or whatever. What about those really tiny insects that we can't see without a magnifying glass, or beautiful butterflies? God created so much good when he created the world. We also have to know, though, that he's asked us to take care of it. It's our job to look after his creation. So we're thankful for God's creation. So we get an orange to represent that, and we make a little slit in the top where we can feed something into next. So the next thing we think about is something that goes around the middle. Totally different this time. This time the colour's red, which I'm sure you all know. And we wrap this all the way around the orange. And this represents something very different to us. And it's a bit of a funny colour, red, really, because often red is used as a warning sign, isn't it? A sign for danger. Well, it's good if red can warn us of imminent danger. That's a good thing. But it can also mean something else, the colour red. I think if you think about maybe Valentine's Day, often we give red roses, don't we? Or we see red hearts. Maybe you send emojis which have got red hearts on them to people. And when you do that, what are you doing? You're sending your, that's right, your love to other people. And this red ribbon that goes all the way around our orange represents God's love for us, because God kind of put his arms all the way around his creation and showed his love by doing that. He stretches out his arms and nothing or nobody is excluded. No one's left out of that love. And within it, there's times when we feel really happy, isn't there? But sometimes we're really upset about something. And Jesus wants us to know that however we're feeling, his love for us never ever changes. It's always, always there. And it's our job to share that love of Jesus with other people that we come into contact with. I hope you do that. Next is the thing that many of us like. So I've got here some wonderful things. I've got some marshmallows, which are obviously sweets. And I've got some other coloured sweets here as well. Lots of different colours. I've got red and orange and yellow sweets. But we usually have some sultanas or raisins, don't we? Some fruits as well. So I've even got a dish of apricots. Really like apricots. I hope you do. I wonder if you've eaten any of your fruit yet. And because it was a bit difficult being so big to put sultanas or raisins in, I've got something really special, which again our friend Maureen bought for me. In fact, I'm going to show you. I'm going to hold it nearer to the screen. Can you see what that is? So it's a strawberry, but do you know what? It's not a real strawberry. Delicious. It's actually a gummy strawberry. So thank you, Maureen, for my gummy strawberries. So we build up onto sticks things which represent the good things in life, don't we? So this has already got something sweet and it's got an apricot. I think I'll pop another sweet on the top. And then we put those into our orange to remind us of all of the good things in life that we are given. And I think one of the important things is that we do spend a bit of time thinking about those good things that we have in our lives, because they are gifts from God, you know. They don't just happen. He decided on them when he created the world, knowing that we would enjoy and we would love to have nice gifts. So he gave us them. What might our gifts be? Well, things like our families, our friends, the fact that we have a home to live in. That's a good thing to have, isn't it? What about the things that we really enjoy doing? Maybe we like spending time with our friends after school. Can't do it at the moment, but hopefully we will be able to soon. And other things, because we're also given gifts that we can do. And that means things that we can do well. I don't know. Are you good at football? Are you a good runner? Can you run really quickly? What about music? Have you got a good voice? Or dancing? Or, do you know, there's other things as well, because there's things like we can cheer people up. Can you tell a good joke? I love someone who can tell me a good joke. I really enjoy jokes. I'm rubbish at them. If you remember and you see me about, tell me a joke. Or maybe we can fix things, or we can wash up. We can do things for other people. And that's using our gifts and showing our love to other people. Just like the gifts that we were given from Jesus are for our benefit, we can help others with things that we do, can't we? And then we have our candle. And our candle, as I said, goes down into the centre in that little slit or hole that you've made within it. And we know, don't we, that a candle represents light. Jesus told us that he is the light of the world. And light's good, isn't it? Because light always beats darkness. However dark it is, when it's just coming a bit dark, or when it's really dark and you wake up in the middle of the night, or when you're walking outside and the street lights aren't working, it can be so very dark. But all you need is a tiny light, and there is no darkness then, because that light always beats the darkness, which is a really, really good thing to remember, isn't it? And through the light, Jesus being the light of the world, again, he shows his love for us. And every time we do something good, like I mentioned maybe tidying up or washing up or sharing time with someone, then we're sharing a little bit of God's light with them. We're doing the same thing. We're being light on earth for them, bringing Jesus' light to others. So we've got our Chris-tingle. Now, I don't know. Obviously, you've got your bags that were made for you beforehand, whether you collected or they were delivered. Have you already made your Chris-tingle? Maybe you have. Or maybe you've been making it as we went along. Or maybe you're going to make it afterwards. What we're going to do is we're going to listen to some more music now. And you'll have time to make it if you want to then. Or you can just have fun singing along, which is always a good thing to do. And then we'll come back and we'll say a prayer. So enjoy what follows.